Today we'll be looking at the OP07 Foxy leader with the EB04 support. Let's get into it. So Foxy's leader ability is Don-3 when attacking. If you have 3 or more Foxy Pirates type characters, select up to one of each of your opponent's rested leader and character cards. The selected cards will not become active in your opponent's next refresh phase. So essentially, when you're attacking for Don-3, if you've got 3 or more Foxy Pirates on the board, you can freeze up to one of their characters and their leader. This is really good in a lot of circumstances. So this is what we're running for the core Foxy deck. When you mulligan, you want to be looking at getting at least the Searchers, the Porsche, the 2Ks, the Chopper Blockers, which are 1Ks, and then most importantly, the E2 meeeee. So with the E2 meeeee, we run 3 copies, or I run 3 copies in this deck. Activate main once per turn. If your leader is a Foxy Pirates type and you have no other E2 meeeee, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and rest it. So this essentially ramps once per turn. So that's going to be great in getting out your higher cost characters quicker. And it's also great in terms of using your Foxy Pirates leader ability, as you need a neg 3 Don each time you do. So let's start with the 1 costs. Porsche is a great core option for the Foxy Pirates, as it's a standard searcher. It's search 5 from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 Foxy Pirates type card and add it to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom in any order. This doesn't specify Porsche as well, so you are able to pull out Porsche off of Porsche, same as this 3 cost here. Gina is a good 2k counter to have in the deck, that's why I run 4. If your leader has the Foxy Pirates type and the number of Don cards on your field is equal to or less than the number on your opponent's field, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and set it as active. So what this essentially does is, after you have used Foxy's leader ability and you've negged Don, you can always use this to set another Don as active from your Don deck. The Chopper Blocker is great. It's a 2 cost, 0 power blocker, and it does the same thing. If the number of Don cards on your field is equal to or less, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and rest it. So that brings one back rested, not active, but it is great in terms of ramping on play. This one here, I have 4 copies in it, mainly because I use them as a 2k counter, but it is good in a pinch when you're not finding what you need from your searches. So it's activate main, you can trash this character if the number of your Don cards on your field is equal to or less than the number on your opponent's field, draw a card. Yeah, so it's pretty good in terms of that, but I mainly use them as 2k counters. They're a great 2k counter to have in hand. Alright, the Porsche. Porsche is a very important card for this deck. It is a brick, so it's on play in Don Neg 1. You may look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 Foxy Pirates type card and add it to your hand, and place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order and play 1 purple character card with 4,000 power or less from your hand. So with that, you can play EB04, Black Maria, Uso Hachi, you can play the Mr. 2, you can play Foxy, you can play the Chopper, you can play Genie, you can play Porsche. There's heaps of great options for playing off of Porsche for only neg 1 Don. So yeah, that's a great card to have in the deck. We've already been over the EB04 the Black Marias. So this is an interesting tech card that I like to use in this deck. The main reason why I like to use it in this deck is it lets you use your neg abilities early. So I like to play this early. It's also a great 2k counter to have. But activate main once per turn. If you have no other Black Maria characters, add up to 5 Don cards from your Don deck and rest them. And at the end of this turn, return Don cards from your field on your Don deck until you have the same number of Don cards on your field as your opponent. So this is really good for trying to use Foxy's leader ability. So you can add 5 Don cards, you can use Foxy's ability, freeze a character, freeze your opponent's leader, and then you can return any Don deck, depends what they're up to. But by the time, after you've used Porsche, after you've used the ability, and then you play Black Maria to use the ability again in a consecutive turn, it tends to be that you're not sending much Don back to your Don deck. Alright, moving on, the Uso Hachi. This is another great 2k counter that I run in the deck. On play, if you have 8 or more Don cards on your field, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. So this does a thing that purple doesn't really do in terms of like resting it. It is great to play before, if you've got a character on your opponent's board that is active and you want to be able to freeze at that turn, this is a great way to do that. So you can play Uso Hachi. If you've got 8 or more Don, then you can -3 Don when you swing with the leader Foxy, and then you can freeze a character in their leader. I've only got 1 copy in this because it's a bit of an expensive card. I'm still on the lookout for some more, but I'm actually pretty happy running one of it at the moment. I tend to only use it as a 1k counter, so I could always swap it out for something else like another Black Maria, but I'm happy leaving it in for now. But on play, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and set it as active, so active ramps, and then when attacking, select up to one of your opponent's characters. This character's base power becomes the same as the selected character's power during this turn. So you can select a character on your opponent's field. This character copies the base character. It's very fitting for Bon Clay's Devil Fruit abilities in the anime. And then you can swing at them. So say you select a 10,000 power character, then you can swing at 10,000 on anyone on their board with it. It's only, doesn't have to be at the character that you're swinging at. So you can, if they've got like a 11k green shanks or anything like that on the board, you can just pick that and then you can, swing it back at their life. So it is a good card to have. This card is another core in the Foxy Pirates deck. So it's on play Don Neg 1. If you have 3 or more Foxy Pirates type characters, KO one of your opponent's characters 6,000 base power or less. So this helps get rid of like really annoying characters that are like more utility characters for the opponent's board, or it's good at getting rid of blockers and stuff like that. But yeah, or even KO protection. It's fantastic. Alright, one of the new EB04 support cards that I've put in there is Rosianti and Law. So under the rules of this game, also treat this card's name as Law and Rosianti, which doesn't really matter for this deck. Blocker, on play, if the number of Don cards on your field is equal to or less than the number on your opponent's field, draw 1 card, then add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and set it as active. So it helps you draw, it helps you ramp, and it's also an 8,000 blocker. So it's actually a fantastic card to have on field. Alright, some of the core stuff for the Foxy deck and what you want to be playing is the 7 cost 7,000 Foxy. So it lets you ramp arrested once per turn, which is good, and then on your opponent's turn, if your leader has Foxy Pirates type, give all of your opponent's characters -1,000 power. So that's really good. So you can get 2 or 3 of these on the board, and then when they go to swing into you, they're -1,000 power per Foxy you have. Alright, one of the new additions with EB04 was this Foxy. This is the gorgeous alt art that I've got here. 8 cost, 9,000 power, on play Don Neg 1, if your leader is the Foxy Pirates type, draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand, then rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 9 or less. And then this also has the same activate main once per turn ability as the 7 cost Foxy with, you can ramp 1 rested. So yeah, it's fantastic. And then the last little bit of a curveball that I've got in this list here is the 10 cost Do Flamingo. So on play, Don -3, there's a part that if your leader is a Don Quixote Pirates type, but we can't use that in this deck, but you can use this one here, where it's up to 3 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 7 or less cannot be rested until the end of your opponent's next end phase. Playing this also can help you win the game in terms of if your opponent's got a lot of blockers on their field, it lets it so that you can make it so that 3 blockers can't get rested, and then those same 3 characters, whatever you pick, can also not swing back into you during your opponent's next turn. I'm also running 2 events in this. I'm running 4 copies of this, which is the Megaton Ninetales Rush, which is a 3 cost event. If the number of Don cards on your field is equal to or less than the number on your opponent's field, set up to one of your Foxy cards as active. So this is great for, I've swung, I'm playing this for 3 Don, then I can swing again with the same character. It's really good with if you want to, if you've got enough Don to swing twice with your Foxy, and you can use his leader ability twice, which lets you freeze 2 characters on their board in their leader, which would be really good. And then we've also got 2 copies of Slow Beam Sword. A lot of purple decks use this as a staple, and this is really good because it's a Foxy Pirates type card as well, so you can search for it with your Porsche, either of your Porsches. So this is Don Neg 1 counter. It's a 2 cost, so you pay 2, neg 1 Don. Up to one of your leader or character guards gains plus 2000 power during this battle, and rest up to one of your opponent's characters. So this is great for negating the amount of swings or the number of swings into your board or leader on your opponent's turn. So yeah, it's a fantastic counter. Overall, this is a really solid deck, and I'm hoping to run this a lot more at my locals, and I'll let you know how I go. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more One Piece content. I've got a few videos I want to make about my figures, and I've got plenty of other decks that I want to go through and start making deck profiles on. I'm also interested in making some videos of me playing. I've got a couple friends that want to start playing and making videos with me, so that'll be really cool, so look forward to that soon. There's a few more alts that I want to get for the deck. There's a 7 cost Foxy alt, there's a Porsche alt as well, and then I want a few more copies of the 8 cost as well. That'd be really cool. And then I think there's also a Chopper Championship card as well. So that would probably be a bit outside of my price range for collecting this deck, but it's a very cool card nonetheless. Definitely a grail to hunt for. Yeah, let me know if there's any decks that you want me to go through in the comments. Yeah, and give us a like and subscribe. Bye.